we're going to look at an example where we use the inverse hyperbolic tangent. All right, here we have the formula for generating the hyperbolic tangent, and it's in the exponential form: e to the x minus e to the negative x divided by e to the x plus e to the negative x. Now we have the hyperbolic tangent of x being equal to 0.58. We're supposed to find x. Okay, so what that means is that the inverse the inverse, let me rewrite that. All right, the inverse hyperbolic tangent of 0.85 will give you x. All right, so the tangent of an angle gives you a certain number. So the hyperbolic tangent, the tangent of an angle gives you a certain number. So therefore the tangent inverse of that number will give you that angle. All right, so here, that's where the inverse hyperbolic function would come in. All right, now when we're done and finding x, we're going to test this thing by using the calculator to find the inverse hyperbolic tangent of 0.85. But we won't do it yet. Let's complete this calculation first. E to the x minus e to the negative x divided by e to the x plus e to the negative x is equal to the tangent of x, which is 0.85. The tangent of x is 0.85. All right, so you see that? Now what do? Let's multiply both sides by e to the x plus e to the negative x. Now e to the x minus e to the negative x is equal to, this will cancel itself down here because you multiply by it and it will cancel itself, right? Equal to 0.85 times e to the x plus e to the negative x. So you see that? Now e to the x minus e to the negative x is equal to 0.85 e to the x plus 0.85 e to the negative x when you open the brackets. All right, so let me see now, what do? Let's rewrite the e to the x as 1 divided by, the e to the negative x as 1 divided by e to the positive x. So we have e to the x minus 1 divided by e to the x equals 0.85 e to the x plus 0.85 divided by e to the x. Let's multiply both sides by e to the x and see what we get. We get e to the x times e to the x. This would give us e to the x squared minus e to the x will cancel itself when you multiply by e to the x. So you get 1 equals, this will be multiplied by e to the x. So you'd have 0.85 e to the x times e to the x, which is e to the x squared, plus e to the x would cancel itself when you multiply. All right, just like what happened over here. So you would have 0.85 left. Okay, let's subtract everything on the right and make it equal to 0, because I recognize that we seem to be getting some form of quadratic equation here. Alright? So we have e to the x all squared minus 0.85 e to the x all squared minus 1 minus 0.85 equals 0. Now 1 minus 0.85, 1 e to the x squared minus 0.85 e to the x squared will be 0.15 e to the x squared. And you have negative 1 minus 0.85 will be negative 1.85 equals 0. Alright? Okay. Oh, we can just add 1.85 to both sides now. 0.15 e to the x squared equals 1.85. Then if we divide by 0.15, we're going to get 12 and 1/3. So e to the x squared is equal to 12.3. This repeats. Alright? Now what do we do? Let's square root both sides, because it's e to the x squared. So e to the x squared, and the square root it, you're going to get e to the x. Then when you square root 12.33, you're going to get 3.512 to 3 decimal places. Now let's ln both sides. Ln e to the x is equal to ln 3.512. So it's x ln e equals ln 3.512. Ln e is 1, so you can say x is equal to ln 3.512. What is ln 3.512? ln 3.512. So ln 3.512 equal 1.256 to 3 decimal places. Alright? So we have x equals 1.256. Now, x is 1.256. What's going on here? We see that the tangent of x is 0.85. So what this is telling us is the hyperbolic tangent of 1.256 is supposed to be 0.85. Now, let's test this thing and see if it would work out. Okay. So the tangent of 1.256 equal 0.85. So it works. All right. So here, the tangent inverse of 0.85 is 1.256. Right? So we got x being equal to 1.256. So let's write it here now. Is equal to 1.256, and then we could use a calculator to look at that again. So what we have? Oh no, what happened? All right, the program crashed, but I remember it says 1.256 tanh inverse of 0.85. I think it was tanh inverse of 0.85. Was it that? 1.256, right? So that's it. So there we go. We have used the we have shown a calculation, an example of using the hyperbolic, the inverse of the hyperbolic tangent. All right. So as I said, I see that the program that we're using had crashed, but fortunately, oh, it didn't crash. Right, it's right here. Good. I realized it had minimized for some reason or another, but sometime it had crashed in the past. Right, so I thought it crashed, but I saw that it was still running but minimized. So tanh inverse of 0.85 is 1.256. So I'll see you in the next video.